a party exists to capture power. ODM should have competed with the UDA up to a point whereby they are unable to get power, and then they decide, okay, we are unable to get power. How can we collaborate to rule the country? Normally, it was a calm, solemn moment. People are shocked. People can't believe. And then Somadi just wakes up from nowhere and say that he proposes Oburu Odinga to hold brief. Then Simbarati comes from nowhere and supports the idea. When people are giving tribute, that's how Oburu Odinga is now the party leader. For you to come out with 80 members of parliament to support somebody for free, somebody who has failed an economy, people will think that this is money talking. It's not you. There are no principles here. There's no aspirations of getting to power. It is people who have been given money and they are ready to surrender the party to whoever, to the highest bid. That is not how you replace a party leader of a party like ODM. It could have become anyway. Had they fallen, there was no crisis. The party is well structured. It has 3 deputies. Why do you have 3 deputies who cannot act when the party leader is normal? He is an enigma. He is an international icon. He has served at the African Union on infrastructure. He has, of course, represented Kenya in high-profile meeting as a prime minister. Is recognized locally and worldwide. He has built one of the most formidable parties that this Kenya has ever had, post KANU rule during the multi-party time. So he's one of those leaders that you cannot finish a presidential campaign speech without the name Raila Odinga.
Now, Caleb, you are the outgoing, should we call you outgoing or former ODM Deputy Organizing Secretary? What is the scenario right now?
The scenario is convoluted. Yeah, it's not clear because the circumstances under which I was removed is not constitutional. The process of removing any member of NEC. It is through a decision of the NEC. The NEC must sit, they must present his name, they must say why they're removing him. But in my case, I was removed through a WhatsApp message. At least for Sifuna, at least they presented him through a NEC meeting. And they made they are now going into, I saw a letter now directing me into internal dispute resolution mechanism, which is stipulated in our party constitution. Caleb Amisi was removed by a WhatsApp message. Very unfortunate for the Baba's party. Remember, it is Baba himself, Raila Odinga, who saw it fit that I serve in that position. I was given that position by Raila Odinga himself. Remember also the position of Public Accounts Committee, that Raila also himself presented my name to be in that committee. But they also did their shenanigans and I was removed as a chairman of Public Accounts Committee. The same people. So it's not the first time that they are going against Baba's decision. And remember, people know that you cannot separate the ideas of ODM from the ideas of Baba. So the moment you go against Baba's word, you're going against ODM. So that one answers your question, that you are the true leaders of ODM.
So what exactly happened on 6th of February?
6th of February, when they have the special delegates conference?
No, that was on Friday on 27th. 6th of February is when you and Ososi were apparently removed.
Yeah. Yeah, so for me, like I said, it was a WhatsApp message I received. They claim that I hold two positions. I asked them, so why didn't you give me an opportunity to choose which one? So it was just a lame.
Who sent you that message via your
Gordon Wayne, who is the CEO of ODM. I counter-confirmed with Tony, who is the legal officer of ODM.
But there was supposed to be a meeting happening, I think, in Kilifi?
Yes. They sent me that message before the meeting. So I told them, what is the hurry? You should have discussed my name in the Kilifi meeting so that the NEC members can agree, should we remove him or not? Because you are removing a member of NEC. It doesn't matter the reason. He has served for 2 years. For him to get out of ODM structure, you must give a reason. You must give a reason. Whether he has, because I was serving two positions when ODM was in mass or existing in Kenya. So these are lame excuses that they were trying to put, but they didn't want to present my name because they knew people will vote for me in the NEC.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
So, who is in charge of the party right now as we talk? Who is making the most influential decisions in terms of party policy and the day-to-day running of affairs at ODM House?
The party is in purgatory. It's neither in heaven or on earth. I mean, neither in heaven or in hell. It's just suspended somewhere. So you don't know which direction the party is going, and you don't know who is in control. That's why people are suspecting that this party is being run from Statehouse. Because you can see Oburu Odinga being whispered on what to say in the rallies. You can see Junet Mohammed moving helter-skelter, just shouting with no clear mind. So that tells you that there's somebody remote controlling those officials. They do not even, one day they say we are in the government, the next minute they say we will form a coalition, the next minute we want power. The next minute they say we want the vice president, the position of deputy president, the one that is being held by Kindiki. The next minute they say we don't even need any position, we just want to support William Ruto. So these are people who have been controlled. They have no clear mind. There is no any time Baba ever appeared in public in such a confused manner. So the party is in suspense. The party is on the brink of collapse. Anytime Ruto can tell them, now gentlemen, roll up the party and join UDA. Anytime. Any minute from now, ODM will be part of UDA.
Are you seeing that possibility happening?
Yes. It has happened to ANC. ANC, where is ANC? Mudavadi is ANC. They said you are now part of the government. It has now happened to Etangula. He's been told to fall. It has happened to Kingi. Kingi has been told to fold his PA.
I saw a tweet.
And many of those parties have been told to fall.
I saw a tweet late last week by a group from Amani calling on Musalia and the other guys who ran away to come back or state their future.
Yes, but whether you call him to come back or not, he has made a decision to go. He has made a decision. Probably is retiring. And he has said, inzi na kufia. There are two options ya inzi kukufa. Either kufia kwa choo ama kwa maziwa. So Musalia ameamua, wacha ni kufia kwa maziwa.
Hey.
So are you following such a person? That's why ANC people must just look for other directions. The party is gone. Musalia is gone. Probably is retiring. And they must start now looking for new leadership.
And unfortunately, we might see the same case with ODM, a party that has been in existence, ODM, perhaps the longest serving party,
is on its way to being merged with UDA. You cannot come and negotiate with your sponsor.
Right now, let me ask a very sensitive question. Where is the certificate of registration for the ODM party?
Certificate doesn't matter where certificate is. If there is nobody who has asked for ODM certificates, I mean, the people normally want certificate of ODM. Is IBC. IBC has not asked for ODM certificate and they have refused. ODM has been presenting candidates to by-elections. So that means the IBC already have a depository of either a copy or original of the ODM certificate. So it is neither here or there. A party is run by the top officials, the governing body, which in this case is called the NEC. National Executive Committee, and the members of the National Executive Committee's names are deposited with Office of the Registrar of Political Parties. So those are the party. Those are people who form the party. Those are the people who can produce.
That's why you went there on 11th to make your appeal. I don't. Where are we now?
I think what I sent there a letter complaining on the removal of my position from ODM as a deputy organizing secretary. So I copied to ORPP because they are the depositories of the instruments of all political parties, legal instruments. So whenever there is a legal dispute within or without the party outside, the ORPP office is a stakeholder. It must be informed, it will be participate. If there is a court, a legal process, ORPP will participate. So they need to be informed, they need to be kept abreast on what is internal matters of the party.
And have you gotten any feedback?
Yes, they said they'll communicate with the party. I've also written to the party to asking for audience. Up to now, they have not communicated.
Now, in case the party decides to bring you guys back into the fold and give you back your positions, will you take it back?
They am ready on that position, number one, because I'm supposed to be removed by NEC. Secondly, the party can only call us back to those positions if the intention is to remove William Ruto. That's where now we'll meet us, the ODM, on that day.
I believe every political party becomes party because it wants to get power.
Yes.
So you want to say ODM is no longer interested in power?
That's what they are showing us, because they are saying they don't want that to be deputy president. They are saying they don't even want anything. They just want to support William Ruto. I mean, what is Baba been suffering all these 30 years to get power? And for you to come out with 80 members of parliament to support somebody for free, somebody who has failed an economy, somebody who has, people will think that this is money talking. It's not you. There are no principles here. There's no aspirations of getting to power. It is people who have been given money and they are ready to surrender the party to whoever, to the highest bid. So a party exists to capture power. ODM should have competed with the UDA up to a point whereby they are unable to get power, and then they decide, okay, we are unable to get power. How can we collaborate to rule the country? But you cannot come from the outside and support a competitor, people that you've been competing for the last 20 years, without anything, without any condition. It has never happened across any democracy. This is news. It's never happened. In fact, they could be demanding presidential.
Yes.
They start by demanding that ours will produce a president, William Ruto will be the running mate. That's where they should have started.
Let me ask you, after the passing of Right Honorable Raila Odinga, did the NEC meet to plan the succession process of the party?
The NEC met, yes, but they met hurriedly. Now, how do you explain? And I was here watching the news of Baba passing on. We were here morning, this room. Then in the evening, we were sent a message. The same day, we had a meeting. They started by calling us to Team Sidai in Kare to meet there at 6 in the morning. 7. They, around 9 p.m., they changed the message and they say Ajay Hotel, Mombasa Road, at 6 in the morning. When we went to Ajay, the first person I met in that hotel was Gladys Wang. Then I sensed something sinister. Because if you want to know the direction of a meeting, just look at these people who come first to the meeting. They are the carriers of their journey.
Yes.
And I knew something fishy, something sinister. So we met Ajay, we took tea, and the people started, giving tribute to Baba. Normally it was a calm, solemn moment. People are shocked. People can't believe. And then Somadi just wakes up from nowhere and say that he proposes Oburu Odinga to hold brief. Then Simbarati comes from nowhere and supports the idea. When people are giving tribute, that's how Oburu Odinga is now the party leader.
So there was no agenda. The meeting was not structured in any way.
In the process, his name came in the midst of people giving tribute. That is not how you replace a party leader of a party like ODM. It could have become anyway. Had they followed, there was no crisis. The party is well structured. It has 3 deputies. Why do you have 3 deputies who cannot act when the party leader is normal? Why are there 3 deputies then? At least one of them, moja, wawili, watatu. So why is Absoma the deputy if you can never be a party leader, whether acting or otherwise? Why is Simbarati a deputy when he cannot even act as a party leader? Because all you needed is somebody to act. So that there is no void, you can give directions, you can keep the party with some, structure going. You just needed somebody to act.
And do you find it interesting
the
that
Constitution is very clear that when the party leader dies, you call for what you call special delegates conference. What they were calling on 27th was supposed to be called a long time ago before Oburu was declared. But you don't declare Oburu, then you say we are going to confirm him. No. When the party leader dies, the first thing you need to do to replace him is a special delegate conference so that all members are called and the names are presented. There is this, there is Caleb, there is what. And then people decide who do we vote for to replace our departed party leader.
I'm finding it more interesting, the fact that those proposals in terms of the people who proposed Dr. Oburu actually are themselves deputy party leaders who ought to actually
they were given instruction at Statehouse. You couldn't even see the way they were suggesting the name of Oburu. They were just trembling. Their hands were shaking. That means they were not even comfortable. They were under instruction. So all those leaders are running the party with instruction from Statehouse.
Now, let's talk about Linda Mwananchi, the movement that you are part of, that new initiative. Where are you getting the funding? People are wondering.
I don't think Linda Mwananchi has unleashed any funds. Have you got any funds, you yourself?
No, but people are saying the fact that we're moving across the country, mobilizing and all that.
Even me alone, I can move across the country. What is it going to Mombasa to Onoka grounds? Unless those people who are coming to Onoka ground who have been given money at the gate, then you'll ask where is this money coming from. But we just put a tent there and a loudspeaker and people come. That is a very small coin there.
So what's the plan? What's the roadmap for Linda Mwananchi? You just finished with Tononoka. The next meeting is
people shouldn't realize ideas come during election time. Ideas come, and it is how you say that idea that will make you capture the mind of Kenyans. So this is an idea. Remember, we had Kenya Moja. It is the same idea. It just morphed into Linda Mwananchi after Sifuna was removed as an SG. And then we had to accommodate other people like Pososi and Orem and other people who are not part of the Linda Mwananchi, Kenya Moja. So it grew into Linda Mwananchi. And now, after it grew into Linda Mwananchi, you can see the excitement it has drawn. People are actually shown this is where the real voice of Barbara is. The rallies are being attracted. So let's give it time. Let's give it its moment. It is a moment of Linda Mwananchi. Let's see how it works. Let's see how Kenyans accept it.
So any chance of you working together with the other group calling itself United Opposition?
I personally, and these are my personal views, is that the reason why there is an excitement of young leaders in Caleb, Isifuna, Babu, and the rest is because these young people, yes, they don't want Ruto, but neither do they want the United Opposition. Otherwise, they will be running with them. So there's something they have not seen in there. And unless they capture what really the young people are looking for, they will forever miss it. Even if they take over power, they see young people in the street trying to remove them. So you need a voice that has really captured the mind of the young people. Why are they on the street? Why are they agitating a political change outside the United Opposition? And these people there are some names they have seen, including Kalonzo's name. They have seen these names since they were born. The names have never changed. There have been the position of power. There is no legacy accompanying those names. If there was legacy, then these young people will say, fine, we've seen them do this and this. So there's no legacy at all. It's just talking. But people want to see. If you come to my constituency, Saboti, they'll tell you Caleb did well on bursaries. This is the first time people have seen bursaries since time immemorial. It's not that bursaries was not there. It's not that CDF was not there. It was there. But why are people now seeing bursaries in time of Caleb? So they can see the Caleb leadership as a legacy attached to it. So people measure you when you are in this position. What did you do? As small as it is, then they can believe you when you say you are driving change. So these people have been seeing you in leadership. They have seen you lead, but they have not seen any change you brought about in that leadership. That's why you see they are not excited. And that's why I'm saying these names that have been seen since Moi's time, Ruto, Uhuru, Kalonzo, Gachagua, Mudavadi, Wetangula, Raila now he has left. Mostly those ones at the top, they've just been exchanging roles. Hawa wako huku, wanaenda huku. Siku ingine wako huku, wanaenda huku. So people have seen the same names for the last 40 years. They have never changed. And that's why they're looking for a new idea, a new person that could it be that this country is bondaged by this cabal system of Moi remnants.
Moi orphans. They're still there.
Now, talking orphans, don't call them orphans because they want to call themselves orphans to attract sympathy. They're not orphans, Bana. They should ask us what it means to be an orphan.
Now, talking of Saboti, your people at Saboti, how is the mood there? How are they taking it following your tribulations within the party? And when you are already emerging as a national leader, ready to give them direction, how is the mood there when you go?
Definitely, the people are not happy. And of course, it's not a celebrated ODM zone. It is not Bondo, it's not Siaya. It's not Kipra, is it Lanata. That's why you see all my MCs are all other parties. So the people chose me as an individual, not because of Odia. Like they can still consider Caleb with or without Odia. So that's why you see I'm the only person who could speak against Baba. I can correct him. But the people from Nyanza were afraid to even speak anything because they knew you remove Odia from them, they are furious, nothing. And they're just suspended on ODM. You move ODM from them, nothing. They can't win on their own. They can't win on another party. They just have to be in ODM. With or without any reason. But as we are in an ODM for a reason. That's why we gone against all odds. Vied on a party that is predominantly not a part of that area. And they won. And still dared to vie again on the same party, second term, and won. So that carries the trust of the people directly away from the party.
Now let's talk about the larger Western region. There seems to be a new wave of leaders emerging to go against the remnants we just discussed about, and you're part of it. There's Sufina is part of it. There's Ososi is part of it. There's Governor Natembeya. Do you think you could be able to now bring in what has been the most elusive thing called Luya unity?
Luya unity for what? That's again another political lie.
Mm-hmm.
So you are united to go what? To go to war with Iran or to do what? What are you united
with UDA?
No. Yeah, that's a fallacy. Why are they united? Is there a war? Is there what you call clan? So that we are uniting to go and win. That's another lie. What are you uniting to do? So it's something that I even don't like talking about really, because you're united to do what? If a bundle of Luya becoming a president, you sell yourself to the country, not to Luyas. And unless you want to be a president of Luya, which is not on the ballot. But if you want to be a president of Kenya, then you have to sell yourself to Kenya, not Luyas. Luyas don't elect presidents. It is Kenyans who elect presidents.
Correct. Now let's talk about your work in Parliament. The conduct of Parliament. There's a widely believed notion that Parliament has been captured by Statehouse, that majority of the decisions from Statehouse are just being rubber stamped. We've seen cases of which are actually worrying, where even Parliament seems to be now going against court orders. We had 2 cases this week. There was a case of Kibagedi being chased away. He came with a court order. Still, the speaker ruled again as a court order. We had a case of also the sale of Safaricom shares. There was a court order stopping it, but that did not stop Parliament from going ahead and doing it. How is the scenario? Do you get orders from Statehouse? Have you ever personally received any?
Yeah, no, definitely. Even if the order from Statehouse, I will not obey. That one will not. Maybe my colleagues, they get orders and they have to be condemned into what Statehouse wants. Yeah, but it's true. Parliament is now a shell of itself. It's not the Parliament. It has lost the trust of Kenyans. Parliament needs to rejuvenate, and I'm calling upon young people to come out, present themselves for positions in Parliament, or mobilize and elect credible leaders who will face their party leaders, who will face the president and tell them, I respect you, you are my elder, you are my party leader, but here I respectfully disagree with you. And I will not stand against the wishes of the people of Kenya. And he votes no against the president. Those are the leaders you want in Parliament. And the Parliament will gain its position in the democracy.
Great. So I will not finish this without me giving you an opportunity to give to share your tribute to Raila Amolo Odinga, a person you worked closely with, a person who really trusted you and ensured that you got to senior positions of leadership in the party. How was your working relationship, and how would you put him in the position of African and also Kenyan political scene?
The Raila was an enigma. That is not a question to debate. His history is written. He has fought for democracy. He has been in prison, not because he stole anybody's cassava, but because he was fighting for the freedom and the free space, free media, good governance. That's why he was imprisoned. He's a person who his name is inscribed in the constitutional reforms, abolition of Section 2A of one party rule, and many other positive steps this country has made. So he is an enigma. He is an international icon. He has served at the African Union on infrastructure. He has, of course, represented Kenya in high-profile meeting as a prime minister. He's recognized locally and worldwide. He has built one of the most formidable parties that this Kenya has ever had, post-Kanu rule, during the multi-party time. So he's one of those leaders that you cannot finish a presidential campaign speech without the name Raila Odinga. He fits in the shoes of Kennedy, JF Kennedy. Nobody becomes a president in US without saying JF Kennedy somewhere in his speech. Nobody becomes a president in South Africa without saying Nelson Mandela somewhere in his speech. So nobody will ever become a president of Kenya without the name Raila Odinga somewhere in his or her speech. That is the person you are talking about. He has become an institution. You can kill ODM, but you cannot kill the name Raila Odinga.
Great. Thank you very much. It's been wonderful having you on board.
Thank you.